Hey guys, Desolator Magic here, and oh boy, WOTC sneaking this one out there thinking I wouldn't cover it, but they should have known better. So they just got rid of all funding and canceled that entire VPM and whatever VPN I think it was thing, probably because every member of it had a questionable background and said really creepy questionable crap online. But, well, they're resurrecting it pretty much. Let me just read the MagicCon New Perspectives Grant Program announcement from February 4th, so I guess you could argue I did miss it. But we're circling back around, damn it. My car's got a reverse. Beep, 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 back it up, and here we are. We have arrived at the New Perspectives Grant Program. It's a program that aims to support the inclusion of magic enthusiasts who belong to historically underrepresented groups by providing assistance to attend MagicCon events. Okay, what does that sound like to you? You go play F&M, you go to a Magic tournament, you look around and you say, what's missing? Oh, this skin color, orientation, disability level, veteran status, religion. I'm sure they're heavily targeting that one. Religious belief diversity, very high priority at Wizards of the Coast, as we all know. Almost don't even have to say it. So whatever you don't see, they must be lesser than us. And if we don't give them free stuff to get there, then they're never going to get there on their own because they're so much less capable than us. Like, how do you read this to be anything other than that? Maybe if I was generous, they'd be like, okay, your life is hard enough, like with, we'll say like a disability or something. So we're going to like give you money so you can focus more on your own personal life and can come out to this because it wouldn't be a priority in your budget. That really only applies to disabilities. If you replace disabilities with just like skin color, holy shit, that's offensive. So what do you get if they choose you as one of the 10 selected applicants? One Black Lotus VIP package, which is like no joke, including a 3-day badge to MagicCon Las Vegas. I assume they're referring to June 20th through the 22nd, 2025. That'll be the Final Fantasy one. Ooh. And that's interesting. I might be in Vegas around that time. That's very interesting. And then you get a $2,000 stipend for travel, accommodations, and expenses related to MagicCon Las Vegas attendance. Now, I know flying from Wisconsin, like a cheap flight would be like $300 or $400 round trip. But then hotels, I mean, we'll say no discount whatsoever, no promos, no clubs, no nothing, which is not the way to go to Vegas. All things considered, $120 a night, I think you could safely say. And then, 2 Uber taxi trips like $50. And then like food's pretty bad, but it depends where you get it, and if you know where to get it, just go to the Walgreens. But I don't know, another $50 for a weekend tops. So it's a little over, but it's like you could go vacation a little. You could get like a wheelchair capable transport or something, You could not go offsite and not have to go to Walgreens to get your food. You could go to an actual restaurant at the venue. So I think that's a good amount. They're not like shorting you, but they're not like going above where you're like, okay, it's quote unquote for travel. When really you just want a prize, you know what I mean? But they're taking application submissions, I believe now. Wait, let me see. Oh, yeah, they cut it off March 20th. So there you go. So the only thing stopping me from applying, hear me out, shut up, is, well, one, I was wrong. The deadline is actually February 20th. You're welcome. And 2, I don't want to give those freaks my real first and last name for the purposes of them sending me a check. Oh, and 3, I haven't been told, unlike Jeremy, but I just suspect that I'm probably not welcome at one of these events. See, I'd have to actually know that. But anyway, I 100% would have put in an application with like a fake name if it wasn't past the deadline. And what am I going to put? Oh, what I always put when these lefties start asking survey questions that's none of their damn business. Guys, I'm finally coming out. I'm coming out as Alamani, okay? You might say, what the hell is that? I thought you were white. Oh, no. I consider myself mixed race because I'm at least German, Dutch, and Irish, and probably some other stuff. And I identify with a grand total of none of them, so I actually identify as American. But if they're going to be like, ooh, what's your marginalization level? And I just don't want to get discriminated against by some purple-haired freak, I just put Alamani. What kind of exotic group of gnomes who live in the forest might that be, Des? And the answer is ancient, like 9th century North Germans. And that's why the Spanish call Germany Alemania. I looked it up one time because I just wanted to know, and they're like, oh, because Spain called it that because of the Alemanni people or whatever, which like are probably German. So is it really true that I'm actually Alemanni? I have no idea. But I looked it up once about why they're called that, and I'm like, oh, that sounds exotic as hell. I'm going to start telling people I'm Alamani. The rare long-lost people of Alamania. Dude, if they got my genetics, they're probably all dead. I'm probably the last one. So in case you stay out of this kind of crap, let me just read what their application process and the whole program, what they do here and why might just be a little bit of a problem / illegal. So they say applications are anonymized and will be evaluated on quality, originality, and contributions that make the Magic the Gathering community more inclusive or accessible. Through this whole thing, they can't decide if they want to include people who make the community more inclusive or accessible, like go out and do it, like invite certain check marks to F&M or whatever, or if they want the actual people to show up. They kind of contradict themselves like 3 times from the different places that I've seen this. So if there's an angry lefty, far left lunatic white guy who's straight, they can include him. Like that, let's be honest. But they're allegedly anonymizing them. Now, see, here's why I don't believe them. Companies that want to pretend to not be racist go, what do we not have enough of, HR department? I don't know, we have a really small amount of Latinos. Okay, everybody go hire Latinos so we make the numbers look better. Companies that actually want to not look racist in their application process for a job will replace their origin, age, gender, and pretty much everything else about them except for the resume part with just like an ID number. So you go, oh, number 442. This is their resume, this is their background. They look pretty good. Let's call them up. And then, you get surprised by their age, their gender, all that stuff when you meet them, call them, hire them, whatever. Or if you're not an asshole, you don't ask about it. I mean, some things will be obvious, but just saying. And what did that method result in? Whole lot of white and Asian people getting hired, unfortunately. That's what I heard. So then they've since tweaked that to be more racist and less equal opportunity. Because of quality. So they'll let you know if you're accepted by March 20th. That's what they're saying. Selected applicants must confirm acceptance of their new perspectives grant via email. So good luck not getting that spam filtered. Hey, you won free tickets and money. Yeah, that's like every keyword ever. Or the grant may be given to another applicant. I am very curious if 10 people end up showing up to this. We particularly encourage applications from those marginalized based on race, ethnicity, gender, sexual orientation, disability, and or veteran or military enrollment status. They literally in the letters of what they just wrote, the literal definition of the word literally left out religious beliefs, heavily implying that they don't care and they're not going for that. That is extremely illegal. That is like illegal with an exclamation mark after it. If anybody would like to sue them over that, I will give you a snapshot of this page that I have saved. This is not legal advice, but in my personal opinion, if you applied based on religious beliefs and did not win, they are writing you a check. Let me know if they ever do this again so I can get within the window and have 1,000 of you write in an application based on your religious beliefs. We'll see how many of those get chosen. When the lawyers say, well, what's your basis for proving this? They said so on their website, that they're only looking for this, but legally you can't discriminate based on this. They saw that my diversity, my biggest trait of being a human was this and threw it in the trash because that's not what they were looking for. That is illegal in all 50 states, in my opinion. Talk to a lawyer. They also say you can view and submit your responses to the questionnaire in your preferred language. I almost guarantee it's supposed to say comma as long as it's one of the languages we support. For real though, Hasidic Jewish homies, we got to get in on this, bro. We got to apply to this next one, I'm telling you. Now here's why I don't believe it's fully anonymized and why they're going to maybe spy on this a little bit. All applicants who submit this form must have a valid Wizards account and agree to the Wizards of Co's general terms. Okay, this is legalese. Okay, cool. Got to be 18 or older. Probably because a lot of the judges there aren't allowed to be around people younger than that. And they got a bunch of legalese. They got like it's non-transferable, which is hilarious because if it was, you could transfer it to me and I'd show up and then what would they do? I mean, one, I'm discriminated against in the Magic community. That's provable. Could give you a couple examples of that one. They never said it had to not be them themselves doing it. And then I'll show up and be like, I don't know, I'm Alamani, ? Allergic to latex and autistic. There you go. Like I'm all of them. And I'm a religion that I guarantee they don't agree with, which is any of them. Anyway, so if you didn't catch on to what might be a little bit otherwise illegal with this, we encourage applications from those marginalized based on race, ethnicity, gender, sexual orientation, disability, and or veteran or military enrollment status. So let's go race. Okay, so you're Caucasian, I guess they would consider you, even if your people weren't from the Caucasus. So if they read what you put on there, white, Caucasian, whatever, and they're like, well, that's not marginalized in our opinion, throw it in the trash, that's illegal. Openly admitting it, that's what they're going to do, is not just illegal, it's like actionable in court. It's like the evidence. They're like, you caught them red-handed saying that's what they're going to do. You're not just suspecting that they're going to be like, well, we need like one Indian person, one black person, one this, one that, as many gay people as we can. Because they're marginalized. How about my parents worked for nonprofits my whole life, so I grew up broke as f***. Does that count? I'll identify as being hood AF if that's a marginalized group. Yes, I'm from the proud broke-ass people. You may have heard of them. We live in groups, typically. So, yeah, this is all just one giant shit show. If they try to pull a stunt like this again, I'm going to be so far up their ass with legitimate but willing to be very shortly litigious applications. I would just recommend they shut this shit down. It's better than the VPN or whatever. It's probably not VPN. VMA Awards? What? That program of all the weirdos. That one. That they just completely cut off and said, we're not dealing with you anymore. Like the second that Trump got elected, which was funny. This is probably better than that, but not by much. Okay, they went from like an F- to still an F, okay, and that's not even a thing. They're still failing. So let me know what marginalized group you are in the comment section below. And feel free to put your responses in any preferred language. Because I'm also an equal opportunity person on this channel. So thanks for watching, everybody. I'll see you guys next time.